What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Now, wrestling fans love to take a look at mistakes on television shows and at live events, but right now everyone is talking about a mistake that's taken the wrestling world by storm. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at what people are calling the worst botch of 2019. But is it though? Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos. The AEW Dynamite closed with the AEW Tag Team Champions SCU defeating the Young Bucks in a wild match. As the show was about to close, the Dark Order's Creepers, the black-garbed masked individuals who do the bidding of leader Evil Uno, surrounded the ring while the Dark Order's master, leader Evil Uno, proclaimed that normally the group would be here to recruit the Young Bucks, but tonight was an initiation. The Creepers then ran into the ring, and while SCU teamed with the Bucks to fight them off, the babyfaces were quickly beaten down. Apparent Dark Order initiates Alex Reynolds and John Silver joined in attacking the babyfaces, and despite the timely arrival of Christopher Daniels, Cody and Dustin Rhodes and Kenny Omega, the babyfaces couldn't overcome the tremendous numbers disadvantage. It was an exciting segment marred by one blown spot. It didn't take long for someone to post a video of one of the Creepers punching a fallen Dustin Rhodes. The problem here was that the punches were clearly missing Dustin, and to compound the mistake further, the production team kept the camera on the ridiculousness for several seconds before switching to a different shot. Twitter user @KlondykeBill posted the blown spot and commented, "Wrestlers did what everyone likes to do on social media, throwing their opinions out there. Here are some of the comments from various wrestlers. World's Strongest Man Mark Henry tweeted, 'Fire this person now.' New Japan Pro Wrestling star Tama Tonga used the mistake as a vehicle to continue his beef with Enzo Amore, tweeting, 'Is that Enzo in the mask? That's gotta be him. Fire him right now.' Tonga then added, 'He out there airbending and Randy Orton, who passed on a chance to sign with AEW and stuck around with the WWE, had these encouraging words for the Phantom Puncher. He apparently is a seasoned vet and is used to live television, and just assumed that the camera to his left was the one with the red dot thingy on it for those horrendous effing punches. Hashtag work on your punch, kid.' He then added, 'Or quit the business cause you're the drizzling Orton continued in another tweet, 'Or you can come to the top company and I'll teach you one of the most important aspects of our business, throwing a effing punch.' Veteran grappler Dr. Tom Pritchard, who has also trained a number of wrestlers, shared his take on things. 'My opinion, the problem is the premise. When you come at it like it's all a work, this is bound to happen. You know, it's all fake, no wonder we're in the shape we're in. Think shoot, but work. Have some pride in your work, please.' New WWE hire and former wrestler Lance Storm wrote, 'Maybe they forgot to cut the eye holes out of his mask.' Even the Blue Meanie couldn't resist sharing his thoughts, saying, 'Oh, what the F, man? Poor Dustin. It's television. I like AEW, but seriously. It's certainly understandable when veteran superstars ranging from Trish Stratus to Randy Orton have voiced their dismay at someone exposing the business. While professional wrestling is a worked form of entertainment, wrestlers pride themselves on creating the illusion of reality, something that certainly wasn't happening at that particular moment. However, are these wrestlers overreacting, and is there an agenda driving this criticism?' AEW wrestler and trainer Dustin Rhodes took to Twitter to express his disgust with the blown spot. 'It's almost 2020 and I'm embarrassed at what I just saw in the great business that I still protect to this day. Please learn how to punch, or better yet, come to my class that I hold weekly and I will teach you.' At one point, it looked like fans might know who that masked man was, with grappler Eric Canyon tweeting, 'You guys, it was me. Dustin Rhodes is a legend, one of my all-time favorites. He was already bleeding, and I just wanted to try and take care of him.' Dustin Rhodes appreciated Cannon coming forward and apparently deleted his angry tweet, noting, 'I deleted that tweet because he had come forward. Thanks. Work on your freaking punches. There are always going to be those out there that trying and bring others down. When you see people exposing our business, call them out.' However, a story at Ringside News suggests Cannon wasn't the Wrestling Challenge creeper, with trainer Danny Cage calling the person out. Not sure why he did this. I did some digging because I thought it was cool to set up. Come to find out you weren't there. Not trying to blow up your spot. I'm just hot because I began contacting people to give you props, but alas wasn't you. So just delete and move on. So not only has the blown spot taken on a life of its own, but people are trying to make a name for themselves by accepting responsibility for it. Just another example of the wackiness involved in the wrestling game. Not everyone agreed with damning AEW over one mistake. Pandemonium Pod on Twitter suggested, "Agreed, but do we realize we're now isolating a 15-second clip of a local jobber at a 2-hour show to shape the perceptions of a promotion? Now, this is on the company, but doesn't enhancement talent put on bad performances all the time?" Twitter user They Call Me Brett posted a gif of Shane McMahon throwing a barrage of botched blows at Randy Orton, just one of the occasional moments where things go awry in the ring. With that in mind, let's take a look at one of the people who criticized the Creeper's phony punches, one Randall Keith Orton. In 2011, Orton seemed to be doing the same thing when he was criticizing the Creeper over battling Edge over the limit, where he did a good job punching the mat instead of coming close to Edge. In another example of the pot calling the kettle black, Orton's criticism takes us back to February 2019, where he wrestled Mustafa Ali, stomping Ali in the eye and giving Mustafa a black eye. There are several other examples, and typing in Randy Orton blunders will bring up several videos on YouTube. Thankfully for the Creeper, he wasn't working a match with Orton, or he likely would have been demoted to parking cars after Orton shouted, "Stupid, stupid, stupid." Randy Orton isn't the only person known for his mistakes, although he has a surprising amount based on the small amount of research done preparing for this video, but he's been vocal throughout his career criticizing superstars for their work, leading to demotions such as the case of Kofi Kingston, or outright firings as in the case of Mr. Kennedy. Do you think his criticisms are hypercritical, or is he justified in his complaints despite his own shortcomings? Granted, this was an embarrassing moment for AEW and the promotion hasn't tried to hide the blunder that aired, however, let's not forget the many mistakes that happen in wrestling. We produce videos covering mishaps from pay-per-views every month, and you might want to check out our future video that looks at the many WWE bloopers from 2019. In the world of live television, mistakes are gonna be made. If AEW were to do this on a regular basis, they would certainly deserve the criticism. Now, we're not dismissing this mishap, but pointing out that it's a blip on what was a solid finish to Dynamite. Mistakes happen all the time. Again, just type it in YouTube and the name of any promotion show such as NXT and you'll find plenty of material to look over. One can't help but wonder how much of this social media show isn't a manufactured controversy designed to capitalize on AEW slipping in the ratings against NXT on 18th December. Considering that most of the wrestlers who blasted the move on social media are WWE stars is quite curious. AEW has become a legitimate competitor to the WWE, and it's only natural that fans and wrestlers begin knocking it down, continuing the trend of people loving to complain. The best thing that AEW can do is move on from this rather than dwelling on it. The promotion recently sold out its upcoming pay-per-view Revolution in less than an hour, so it seems that fans aren't too concerned with the promotion. In some ways, AEW's situation falls into the category of Oscar Wilde's observation that there is only one thing in life worse than being talked about, and that is not being talked about. Under no circumstances should AEW address this on air next week, and the various people who do work for AEW should avoid discussing it on social media or podcasts. Nevertheless, we have a feeling the topic will continue to be discussed over the next week. Like any person or organization that suffers a setback, the best thing to do is move ahead. AEW should strive to make its next episode of Dynamite so good that people forget about this past week's minor misstep. In the big picture, the Masked Creeper, and don't you think he's glad no one knows who he is, threw some lousy punches during a television match. Compare that to Goldberg and The Undertaker, who worked one of the worst matches in modern history, making mistakes that could have ended either wrestler's career. The WWE would love for fans to think of the recent AEW blunder as the worst thing that happened this year, but it's not even close. But there you have it, guys. Do you think people are overreacting on this one? Let us know in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.